So first off, I'm glad you made it here, and tonight we're going to go over some foot and ankle stuff. And if you're just like, I just want to get to the practice, I'm going to put in the show notes or in the video notes where you can just skip right ahead. Okay, you can skip the whole preamble. But if you're with me so far, what we're going to do tonight, again, we're going to work on some foot and ankle stuff. We're not going to be doing sets and reps, okay? The focus is exploration. If you wake up tomorrow with the craving to move your body, then I did the job tonight, okay? In future videos, we'll do for reps or we'll do for time, but tonight we're gonna just explore our feet and ankles and see what we get. So let's get right into it. And I'm gonna also try to keep this as simple as possible, so I won't be heavy on language or explanations tonight. Let's start and make sure I got my tennis ball. A tennis ball is great, but if you have something, a phone, something you can get yourself to hover around, that's great. A ball works fantastic. So we're gonna come into seated number 4, okay? So what you're gonna do from this position, you're gonna just kind of focus on your ankle, and you're gonna point your foot straight for me, okay? Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna start to circumduct. You're gonna create a big ankle circle. We're not looking for fast. We're not looking for perfection. We're just focusing on the ankle. Now as we move tonight, I do want you to focus on the focus, right? It will be a very focused night. But what I want you to pay attention to is no pinching stuff, okay? So if you pull your ankle back and you feel pinching, let's avoid those as we do our circles. Go ahead and go the opposite way. But as you move your ankle, I want you to kind of start to pull your attention up to the knee. And is the knee moving side to side? If so, it's probably coming from the hip. You're not gonna bear down and hold it. You're gonna try to notice it, and you're gonna see if you can eliminate any wobbling or shifting in the knee as you circle. And let's go for some real focused effort. Pull the foot all the way back, take a breath in. Exhale, point foot in. Maximum in as you scrape down. Now we're pointed all the way down and start to scrape up. These circles, I want you to imagine you're trying to get that last little bit of peanut butter out of the jar, and you're just scraping along those edges, of course being wary of pain and pinching. Good, other direction if we haven't gone there yet. So now let's take this ankle, let's pull it up. So what I like to do here when I pull these ankles up, I like to look at ranges of motion like golfing. We have short range, mid-range, and long range, right? You can think of it as putter, irons, drivers. And so what you're gonna do tonight is you're gonna come up to your short range. I'm gonna let my hands fall back, and we're gonna do our 1 and 4 drill, okay? In our 1 and 4 drill, you're gonna lift your big toe up. As the other 4 bury down, and you're gonna shift it back and forth. I tell my clients that if you don't get this perfect the first time, I don't write you a bad mark. You don't get a bad grade the first time. It's like learning to speak a foreign language. Because you can't speak the language, this movement language, if you can't speak a language, it doesn't mean your tongue is disformed. It just hasn't learned the language yet. It hasn't acquired it. So through your 1 and 4, let's take that 1 and 4 and let's move it out to mid-range now. So go about halfway. Heel should still be touching, big toe should be touching, and let's go back and forth. You might notice the bottom of your foot's feeling a little different. You notice that? And let's go long range. So long range is going as far as you can. Heel has to stay. Again, I don't want any pinch in the back heel. Everything has to stay down. Now do it. You should really be feeling in the bottom of that foot and maybe some less range of motion. Okay, let's come back to our number 4, and let's do some cool transitions. While we're in this number 4, pull your feet together, squeezing the heels together. I like to give myself a hug as I then go number 4, other direction. And let's start with those foot circles. Okay? And again, the first ones are explorative. Now, in full exploration honesty, I got a little sciatica going on right now, right? That quarantine of sitting on my ass and eating angel food cake too often, not moving my parts as I should have been, right? I'm gonna have to go ahead and bend that knee some. Which is a great lesson because you have to realize while the focus is the ankle, when you straighten your leg, you're getting some of that posterior tension as well, okay? So I'm gonna bend it, and we'll go back to that in a second. But let's focus now. In this circle pull all the way up. Let's go in, maximum in. Squeeze out that range. Again, we're scraping the jar. Full range. Good. Other direction. And now I'm starting to not just focus but feel. How much of an ankle do I have? I want you guys to get out of everybody I also hear is it hurts, it's tight, or it's fine. I want you to break that habit. I want you to really describe what this ankle feels like right now. Okay, good. Few other direction if we have not yet. Awesome. Let's go to our short range. This has to be a little faster since we did the exploration. Let's hit me with those 1 and 4s, okay? Not fast, not sloppy. I don't want to see turning and tilting yet. Just that nice 1 and 4. Anytime I get bored with these movements, slow it down about 90%. You're going to start to feel tendons and tissues like you never have before. Slide me out to that mid-range, please. Now let's continue. I did a sauna tonight, so I don't have any energy for too much extra. And hit me with that long range. Again, the heel must bear down. I don't want any pinching behind the back of the heel. We're not trying to create symmetry, so I don't care if this one looks like your last one. I do not care. Awesome. Okay, now from here, instead of going back to that butterfly, we're going to turn into what we call 90-90, okay? So we're number 4, we're going to go to 90-90. Because we are not in a hip-focused class tonight, I'm not too concerned if this is perfect 90-90. And if this was a hip-focused class, I wouldn't be concerned that it's a perfect 90-90. But we want to create a shape where we have a lead leg and we have a trail leg. As long as you got one in the front and one in the back, if you're off to your elbow, that's okay. But let's put our focus onto the front leg. So the floor is now blocking us. So let's go with those circles. Those circles, by the way, are called CARs. Controlled articular rotations. It's a joint-focused mobility routine. Now this one, though, the floor is blocking us. So really feel that foot lift up now, okay? As we trim off some ranges of motion, you're gonna feel the other ones a little more drastically. Ooh, other direction. And again, join me on this rotation. Don't worry about, we're not going to do same sets and reps. You got to let that piece go, okay? It's about this ankle. Good. Pull, pull, pull up. Let's take a breather. Now, I'm going to bring my ball out. I'm going to put it here. I'm going to jump. I'm going to keep my heel down. My heel's going to stay pinned as I jump over the ball each direction. Now, to cheat this, you're going to want to accomplish the task. You're going to start to feel that knee come up. Do not let that knee come up, okay? And if you need to move that ball around to make it harder, easier, moving it out is going to give you a little more grace. Moving it back is going to make it damn near impossible. Good. And then lastly, you're going to take it and you're going to create what I call the greatest angle. Knee stays pinned down. I'm going to pull. I might even put a little weight here, okay? I'm going to pull this foot to its greatest range, meaning I'm going to pull it up and in. Like I'm trying to bite my big toe. And when I say let go, you're gonna hold. 3, 2, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, catch, rest, breath. Whew. Pull it back to that maximum, greatest angle. 3, 2, hold, hold, hold. Capture the foot. Okay, last one. 3, 2, hold, 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 hold. Capture the foot. If you need to take a break and kind of just circumduct again to get into some cars, you absolutely can. I love just kind of flesh out the feeling with those cars, okay? Now let's jump back to the trail leg, a little different here. So in your trail leg, I want you to tap on your ankle bone, okay? I want you to notice that. Now, I want you to watch right below that ankle bone, okay? Pull your foot all the way up, so toes to the shin. I call this the boot, the boot. You're gonna pull it back and then push it down. And just watch that ankle right there, okay? Now again, let's do our cars with the floor block. Oh, this one's a hard one. This is nasty. And I'm getting lazy too. I'm not pointing as much because it's so damn hard. Whoo! Peroneal cramping. Okay, reverse. I don't know how to reverse it. Hang on, I can't talk. Okay. Okay, that's enough of that. Short, mid, long range. Point your foot as far as you can. I'm gonna pin it a little bit. You're gonna lift up. You're gonna try to lift that big toe as much as you can. 3, 2, rest. Mid-range. Mid-range is gonna be a 90-degree angle. 90, 90. Lift up. 3, 2, rest. Pull your foot as far as you possibly can, and give me one right here. Lift it, lift it. I want you to bring that bottom part of the heel and this ankle bone together. Squeeze it, and you might even actually literally physically squeeze it, and now hold. 3, 2, and land softly. Okay, let's go ahead and get onto the other side, okay, and then we'll take a little break. So the other side, you want to get fancy with it. If you want to not get fancy, just get on over there. If you want to get fancy with it with me, I'm going to take my hands, I'm going to squeeze it in, okay? We're going to lift. We're taking the long way. Here. Now we're in this sitting bear position. And flip it this direction. Okay. I don't want to get too much into transitions right now because I want to keep the focus on the ankles. So go ahead and put your ball to the side. And let's go ahead and start with our blocked cars. Excuse me. Pull the foot back. Put the boot on. And then we're lifting up. Lifting up, pushing away and down. I'm definitely going to do this class again because I'd love for you to get some more angles to see at this. But that's okay tonight. I want you to just explore your ankle. Let's go the other direction. Push the floor down, lifting up. Yeah, it's funny too, like different injuries and things you have going on will make just each side feel different. Oh boy, that is really... Okay, from here, let's go to our little hover. Get your ball. I'm gonna actually put the ball in front. I'm not sure how I did it last time. I'm gonna get my hands, give myself a nice grip, lifting up over the ball and down. Now I can definitely tell I'm wanting to cheat here, so I'm gonna reposition a little. Okay, see if I need to get my ball repositioned. All right. So I need to lean in a little bit because I can tell I'm cheating. When I was coming back here, my knee was coming up. So we're gonna be a little stricter on this side. I don't know how people do this without cussing. Because I gotta talk a little shit to get through it. I say, ball, you will be my bitch. Ah! I know I gotta work on that. That's a different character flaw I have. Good. Keep those hovers going. and rest. Great job. Now from the hover, let's go to our, give me that greatest angle. Pin the leg down, pull this up, greatest angle. So I'm pulling it up, I'm making sure I'm almost turning to, if I had gum underneath my foot, I'd want to look under my foot, make sure there's not gum underneath there. And we're gonna hold 3, 2, hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, capture the ankle, take a breath. Re-pull to that greatest angle. 3, 2, hold. I messed up my count, but who cares? Again, not sets and reps. Feel that tissue. 3, 2, catch. Let's do one more, okay? Maximum effort. Give me that greatest angle and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, rest. Let's bring some attention to that back angle. Ankle, angle, ankle. Okay. So as we come back here, let's go ahead and do our blocked cars. Put the boot on, lift up, and down. Ooh, which way do I need to go? You know, I'm gonna point first actually. Point, lift up, pull to the boot, down, scraping down. So in one direction, I'm lifting away from the floor, and the other one, I'm allowing myself to touch the floor. Ooh, this is just nasty. Other direction. Squeeze out that foot point. We call that plantar flexion. That foot point, squeeze it out. I want you to capture as much range of motion as you possibly can, okay? Let's be greedy with that range tonight, okay? Let's go to long range. Point the toe. We get a break after this, okay? Point the toe, hold. Lift off it. 3, 2, rest. Come to a 90-degree angle. That's 90 degree in the shin, 90 degree in the ankle. Lift. I'm holding here because I'm getting a little tibia rotation. That's okay. That's okay. We're just lifting the angle. Ankle, angle, head down. Pull it back. Full dorsiflexion. That means I want you to imagine you take a big piece of tape, tape your toe to your shin, just how you used to, like when you're a kid, you tape it, your nose to make it look like a pig. Tape that to the shin, hold, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Again, if you want to come back through here, if you want to straighten the leg, do some ankle circles. While you're doing that, I'm going to pause this, restart the video, okay? So let's just give it a little break and let's continue. Okay, on to our continuation. We were in 90-90. Now what we're going to do, we're going to just kind of not get too fancy. We're going to come to kneeling, and we're going to bring a foot up like so. All right? Let me make sure you guys can see my head. I got to get back a little bit. Hang on. There we go. Okay, back at it. Okay, so from here, tall kneeling, we're going to look at the ankle tilting. So again, don't forget, we still have long range, mid range, short range. Come to your mid range, about 90 degrees. I actually like my foot against the wall. It works out perfectly. It gives me a little balance. What you're going to do is you're going to tilt that ankle upward. Big toe down, lift the other side, tilting. Okay? Give me a few of those reps. Again, what you don't want to see is the knee wobble. Again, that's driven from the hip. We're talking about the ankle tonight. So go ahead and give me that tilting. Good. I want you to wake up with that craving tomorrow to move your ankles, move your body. So find those extreme ranges, those safe extreme ranges that you can kind of like remember. It leaves almost like a fingerprint in your brain of like, ooh, I want to go back to that. Okay? Now let's go to long range actually. And you'll notice the ranges as you go out might steal some range of motion from you. I don't have as much here. Right? I'm starting to do some cheating with my feet. I'm starting to push my big toe down to cheat it. Let's go ahead and let those toes lay a little flatter. Less active toes. And then short range. For your short range, you come to 90 and drop over. You could even come to what we call combat base, where I sit on my back hip. I can open up, however you want to do it. I'm going to come to a combat base. Again, there's nothing wrong with staying at your tall kneeling and driving over. That's perfectly okay. But find your short range and try that same tilting. So again, I'm going to give myself a little block here. So I'm going to kind of hug and hold this knee as I tilt and tilt. We're almost done. Tilt and tilt. Let's go ahead. Again, you want to come fancy. Ooh, deep squat to the other leg. And we're at that 90-degree angle. We're at our mid-range. Let's start some tilting. Take your time, focus on the tilt. It feels a little dumb on this side. As I lift that pinky toe up, it just feels like my knee wants to come in. It's a little, feels dumb. In jiu-jitsu, we always call like our non-dominant side our dumb side. Basically our way of telling our partner like, hey, don't judge my shitty technique in a moment here. Good. Let's go long range. Yeah, let your eyes just fall right down there. I love doing this late at night because it almost becomes just a meditation at some point. Good. And your short range, again, we might be at tall kneeling, driving over. You might be sitting the hip down to combat base. I'm going to give it just a little bit of feedback in this elbow crease. Feel that weight transfer from one side to the other. Can you feel that? Can you feel your foot get heavy to the inside and slowly lightening up to the outside? Awesome. Okay. And lastly, go ahead and sit back down. We're back to our number 4. Okay. Right where we started. And we're going to do the same thing, but from a seated position. So come to your short range. I'm actually going to back up. I'm going to get my butt against the wall on this one. I'm going to hug this sucker back here. Short range. And I'm tilting again. Again, my toes are so expressive. They're trying to eke out and cheat a little bit. I'm going to just recognize that this is an ankle drill, not a toe drill. Let's go to mid-range. Yeah, if you want to come and hang out and just do some like a hold right there, you can, absolutely. Good. And Leslie, long range. I like to look down the barrel of the foot a little bit just to make sure I'm keeping myself honest. Yep, I don't have that. I'm going to turn this camera off. I'm coming back to this one. You know, that's I always say, whether you're a kid, an athlete, an adult, if you give something challenging, fun, or like challenging enough that it pisses you off, you'll come back to it. Let's do the other side, and let's finish up right here. Go to your short range, please, and give me some ankle tilts. All of these things we will be stacking, adding on more intensity. Sometimes it'll be more dynamic, but for right now, let's just explore the foot and ankle with the tilting. Come to the mid-range, please. Don't get sloppy. And lastly, to your long range. That means the heel has to be down, the big toes have to be down. And you're just tilting. Ooh, that is just... Yeah, it's cool to videotape yourself doing these because you can go back and almost create a journal. Every 3 months, go back, take a look at what you have. Okay, great job to you. I was going to say everybody, but it's just you and I here. So thank you for taking the time to join me with this. And I look forward to doing more with you. And that's it. Good night.